Hello guys. Today again we are going to discuss the tricky HR questions. Today is day 3 and today we will also discuss two more questions. First question for today is what are your greatest weakness? Okay. Before answering this question, we have to be aware about the traps. So be aware this is an eliminator questions designed to shorten the candidate list. Any admission of weakness or fault will earn you an A for honesty, but F for the interview. Okay, did you get my point? Uh, Listen, the every interviewer who take the interview has a plan, a set of questions or a set of structure on the basis of which they give you marks. It is not like uh, they are randomly come and they are randomly asking questions. No, they have a proper set of format which they have to follow, and every questions they ask, they judge you on the basis of every questions. Okay, so these questions, what are your greatest weakness, is an eliminator. If you are able to give a positive answers or correct answer, you will get true A plus marks, or if you are not able to properly give answer to these questions, there will be chance that you may be eliminated. Okay, so be very aware about these questions. Okay, now we will think about how we can format our answers. Disguise a strength as a weakness. Example: I sometimes push my people too hard. I like to work with a sense of urgency, and everyone is not always on the same wavelength. I think when you read both these sentences, you will feel that there are some ego or some negative thinking in this. So you have to be prevent from all such things. Uh, One more important thing is when every time when you give interview, you have to show positiveness in your interview. You never have to say bad things about a particular things, because to see everything there are two point of view. There is negative point of view and there is positive point of view. So you should always try to tend yourselves toward the positive things, because uh, you are in the interview just to get a job, not to justify yourselves or for justify anyone. So don't forget your uh, target, your goal, and yeah, for a particular set of time, just leave your every biased thing or anything you are biased about. Just leave them and only see the positive side of anything the interviewer is talking about. Okay. Now we will look about how we can format our answer such that uh, it create a positiveness. So assure the interviewer that you can think of nothing that would stand in a way of your performance. Okay, in this position with excellence, then quickly review your strongest qualification. For examples, nobody is perfect, but based on what you have told me about this position, I believe I don't make an outstanding match. I know that when I hire people, I look for two things. Most of all, do they have the qualifications to do the job well and the motivations to do it well? Everything in my background shows I have both qualification and a strong desire to achieve excellence in whatever I take on. So I can say in all honesty that I see nothing that would cause you even a small concern about my ability or my strong desire to perform this job with excellence. Alternate strategy can be, instead of confessing a weakness, describe what you like most and like least. Make sure that you that what you like most matches up with the most important qualifications for success in the position, and what you like least is not essential. Example, let's say you are applying for a teaching position. If given a choice, I like to spend as much time as possible in front of my prospects selling, as opposed to shuffling paperwork back at the office. Of course, I long ago learned the importance of filling paperwork properly, and I uh, continuously, of course, I long ago learned the importance of filling paperwork properly, and I do it consciously. But what I really love to do is sell. Okay. The next questions today we are going to discuss is, tell me about something you did or failed to do that you now feel a little ashamed of. This is also important questions that you may face in the interview. Okay. Here to be say situations where you have failed and you still have the regret of that. So what is the trap of these questions? What interviewer wants from you? There are some questions your interviewer has no business asking, and this is one. Okay, but while you may feel like answering none of your business, naturally you can't. Some interviewers ask these questions on the chance you admit to something, but if not, at least they will see how you think on your feet. Okay. Some unprepared candidates, flustered by these questions, unburden themselves of guilt from their personal life or career, perhaps expressing regrets regarding a parent, spouse, child, etc. All such answers can be disastrous. Okay. This is like a trap the interviewer mm, want you to get in, but you have to be prevent. And you know the rule that there is no need to answer every questions which are asked to you. Uh, make it clear that if anyone asking a questions, it is not compulsory. Yeah, it is compulsory in the exam, but in real life or any interview, it is not necessary that you are responsibility to give answers. So, what can be the best answer of this? As with fault and weakness, never confess a regret, but don't seem as if you are a stone walking. Best strategy. Say you harbor no regrets, then add a principle or habit you practice regularly for healthy human relations. Example, pause of reflections. As if the questions never occurred to you. Then say, you know, I really can't think of anything. Okay, pause and then add. I would add that as a general management principles, I have found that the best way to avoid regret is to avoid causing them in the first place. I practiced one habit that helped me a great deal in this regard. At the end of each day, I mentally review the day's event and conversations to take a second look at the people and developments I am involved with and do a double check of what they are really like to be feeling. Sometimes I will see things that do need more follow-ups, whether a pat on the back or maybe a 5 minute chat in someone's office to make sure we are clear on things, whatever. I also like to make each person feels like a member as an allied team, like the Boston Celtics or LA Lakers in their prime. I have found that if you let each team members know you expect excellence in their performance, if you work hard to set an example yourself, and if you let people know you appreciate and respect their feeling, you wind up with a highly motivated group, a team that's having fun at work because they are striving for excellence rather than brooding over slides or regrets. Okay, these are the two questions I have discussed to you. Okay, and yeah, first question was the very important, and second one is the also important questions, but it is not a regular question or common question that is asked, but the answer that have given in this is very good. There is some life lessons in that. So thank you guys. That's all for today. Bye bye.